The partnership between SPREP through the Pacific Climate Change Centre and the University of Melbourne came about through a discussion that was done at COP27 in Egypt. And so I had a bilateral with the University of Melbourne and really looking into how we can partner to deliver capacity building on health and climate change.
The partnership between the University of Melbourne and the Pacific Climate Change Centre actually started emerging through the COVID pandemic, where the Pacific Climate Change Centre was developing a capacity development program of work focusing on climate change and human health.
The University of Melbourne and the Pacific Climate Change Centre had an audience where we pitched the idea of capacity building support to our Pacific through the work of the Centre on capacity building.
And we've talked about some ways that we could more actively collaborate together. And we've felt through those conversations that we really shared the same guiding principles around partnerships and collaboration. It's been a pleasure so far to be working with the Pacific Climate Change Centre because of the depth of knowledge, obviously the foundational work that's being conducted, both in terms of climate change risks and impacts, but also importantly in terms of solutions being driven from the ground.
We will take our fellows from the Pacific and Indonesia, 15 of them, to be trained at the university for 6 weeks. So that happened November and December of 2023. Phase 2 is really looking into how the fellows have utilized the knowledge to assist their governments, their countries, their communities in this context of health and climate change. So the learning through the 6 weeks program should be able to provide fellows with the necessary advice in order for them to inform their governments on the mainstreaming of health and climate change.
Witnessing the wisdom and incredible activity that's being harnessed by the Pacific Climate Change Centre is really a privilege for me and for my colleagues at the University of Melbourne. So we're thrilled to be part of this partnership and thinking about ways we can continue to strive towards working in collaboration on climate change solutions, especially on health, but in other areas as well.